Have you ever wondered why two people can apply the same effort, endure the same exhaustion, and yet arrive at completely different outcomes? Why one becomes visible, rewarded, and secure, while the other remains unseen despite years of discipline and sacrifice? The usual explanations feel insufficient. Talent, timing, luck. None of them fully explain the pattern. What most people never consider is that effort itself is not what the system is built to reward. The invisible economy operates on incentives, not intentions. It does not measure how hard something feels. It measures whether that effort serves an existing structure. And once you understand what the system quietly incentivizes, the confusion surrounding success and stagnation begins to dissolve. Chapter 1. The Myth of Earned Reward. From childhood onward, effort is framed as moral currency. Work hard, remain disciplined, and results will follow. This belief is repeated so consistently that it becomes part of identity rather than instruction. Effort is treated not just as a means, but as proof of worth. When rewards fail to appear, people assume the fault lies within themselves. But systems do not operate on moral logic. They operate on functional logic. Effort has no inherent value unless it aligns with what the system needs at that moment. When effort reinforces existing pathways, it is amplified. When it does not, it disappears quietly, without acknowledgement or resistance. This is why effort can feel sincere and exhausting while producing no leverage. Chapter 2. How incentives actually work. Incentives are not motivational tools. They are behavioral filters. They guide action without ever issuing commands. People do not need to be told what to do when the reward structure makes certain behaviors inevitable. The invisible economy rewards predictability, scalability, and alignment with established flows. Effort that produces consistent, measurable outputs is easy to absorb. Effort that is irregular, difficult to quantify, or challenges the structure is ignored, regardless of its intensity. This is why innovation often goes unnoticed until it becomes safe. It is why loyalty is rewarded more reliably than originality. And it is why effort that feels meaningful to the individual often feels irrelevant to the system. Chapter 3. Why exhaustion is so common. When effort fails to convert into progress, people rarely question the incentive structure. Instead, they increase intensity. They work longer hours. They sacrifice rest. They become more disciplined, believing that persistence will eventually break through. But intensity without alignment only deepens exhaustion. The system does not interpret struggle as commitment. It interprets outputs. When effort does not produce system-relevant signals, it is treated as background noise. This creates a quiet psychological toll. People internalize the failure. They assume they are insufficient, unfocused, or flawed. In reality, they misunderstood what the system was listening for. Chapter 4. The quiet advantage of alignment. Those who advance calmly tend to share a common trait. They do not exert more effort. They apply effort where incentives already exist. Their movements are quieter. Their actions appear effortless from the outside because friction has been reduced. These individuals are not necessarily more disciplined. They are more observant. They understand which behaviors trigger reinforcement and which are ignored. Instead of amplifying effort, they refine placement. The invisible economy does not resist hard work. It simply fails to register it unless it fits the design. Chapter 5. Effort as a distraction. One of the most effective functions of effort-focused narratives is distraction. When people believe effort itself guarantees progress, they stop examining structure. They remain busy, exhausted, and hopeful rather than analytical. Effort becomes a moral shield. As long as someone is working hard, they feel justified in remaining within a system that does not reward them. Questioning incentives feels disloyal. Leaving feels irresponsible. This is not accidental. Incentive systems remain stable when participants attribute outcomes to personal virtue rather than structural design. Chapter 6. Who benefits from this belief system's benefit when effort is abundant and unselective? When people apply energy indiscriminately, value can be extracted without redistribution. The system absorbs what it needs and ignores the rest. Those with leverage understand this. They conserve effort. They wait. They position themselves where incentives already point. Their restraint is mistaken for ease, when in reality it is precision. Effort is not absent at the top. It is simply hidden behind alignment. Chapter 7. Seeing incentives clearly. Understanding incentives does not require rebellion or withdrawal, it requires clarity. When you see what is rewarded, you stop confusing movement with progress. You stop performing for systems that do not see you. Effort becomes deliberate rather than compulsive. Discipline shifts from intensity to restraint. The goal is no longer to work harder, but to work where effort converts. This shift alone changes how people experience time, energy, and outcome. Conclusion: the quiet recalibration. Most people are not failing because they lack discipline. They are failing because they are disciplined in ways the system does not reward. Once that becomes clear, effort no longer feels endless or invisible. The invisible economy does not reward effort. It rewards alignment. And those who understand this do not rush, exhaust, or perform. They move carefully, quietly, and with intention. In a system that listens selectively, the most powerful action is not louder effort, but better placement.